Our next panelist is actually here, Anna, which is quite cool.
Hi, hello.
Hello. You're doing quite an awesome presentation for us about recycling as well. So more on this amazing subject from your company, Recover. I think you've got a presentation to share with us.
Yeah, sure. So, well, thank you for letting us in here today, and nice to meet you all. Denim in Pakistan is a core business for Recover, so I am very happy to be here today. And I'm also very happy hearing to speak about post-consumer, design for cyclability and those concepts, because, well, from Recover, we have been fighting for that for years, and our aim is to achieve circular fashion for all in the industry, and it means that we need solutions that at scale. So that's what I'm going to explain today. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Ana Rodes. I'm Senior Sustainability Manager at Recover, and I have a technical background as industrial engineer with a master's on textile engineering. I've been working on circularity for years, and in 2021, I joined Recover, where my role is focused on managing the environmental side of sustainability. So the main idea of this super short presentation is to show you why it's important to scale textile to textile recycling, what are we doing in Recover, and which are the main challenges that we are facing. Finally, I will also explain how are we trying to scale it also in Pakistan. So, well, in any moment, if you don't hear me well, please interrupt me, okay? So, firstly, why it's important to scale textile to textile recycling? Above all, because of environmental issues. Fashion is considered as one of the most pollutant industries in the world. As Steven has said some minutes ago, we need to change the way we are consuming because production has doubled. And at this graph, you can see the growth of the sales and the decline on garment usage. So each garment takes a lot of energy and resources to make. For that reason, according to many different studies, the textile sector is said to be responsible from 2 to 8 of the worldwide CO2 emissions. And as you know, the more garments we produce and use, the more waste we generate. 48 million tons of clothing are disposed of worldwide every year. This is a real picture of the Chile's desert, full of clothes. And the 73% of those million tons are not collected separately, so they go directly to landfills. Currently, worldwide, only the 25% of all discarded textiles are collected separately, and half of which is designated for reuse, that's okay, but the other half is mostly going for downcycling. Less than 1% of the discarded clothes are recycled into new ones, so only 1% is going to textile recycling. And in addition to waste generation and CO2 emissions, there are plenty of other environmental issues related to textiles, like microplastics, for example, microplastics that are released when we wash our clothes. Also, the use of water, mainly for the cropping of virgin materials like cotton. This, in fact, is a picture of the area in Uzbekistan, dried up due to the cotton farming. This was, well, it was affecting directly to many countries, including Pakistan. But not only the water use, but the wastewater pollution, it's also a very important issue. Because when you produce a textile, you need dyes, you are producing wastewater, and these dyes and chemicals end up in rivers or oceans. So the pollution of the wastewater is another relevant issue in the textile industry. So then, this is why it's needed to scale up the textile to textile recycling. And then, what is Recover and what are we doing? Recover, for those that do not know us, is a leading company and a global producer of low impact, high quality recycled cotton fiber and recycled cotton fiber blends. Our aim, as I have said, is to deliver circular fashion for all. But what does circular fashion for all mean? Is to be able to deliver innovative, but this is the most important, cost competitive, recycled cotton fibers and circular solutions at scale. So what we do, we transform the cotton textile waste into sustainable cotton recycled fibers, closing the loop on fashion. It's important because some years ago, we were linked also to a spinning company called Lilatura Ferrer, but 2 years ago, the two companies split up. So now Recover is only producer of recycled cotton fiber, okay? So we use our raw material, both categories of textile waste, post-industrial and post-consumer. I saw that some minutes ago, we have had a good introduction of which is each of those materials, but post-industrial is mainly the textile fabric waste from garment manufacturing, also called clip or scraps, and then post-consumer, when garments arrive to the end of life, respecting always the hierarchy of waste, Recover use the fraction of garments that are not suitable for reuse anymore. So this is a very simple slide, okay, to illustrate the different stages of our process. So then we take the clips or the waste from collectors or from brands or from other sources like Bank and Vogue that is here today too. So we do a mechanical recycling process and we obtain recycled cotton fiber that can be used for making new yarns. That's what it's called textile to textile recycling. When somebody recycles textiles for producing other products, like for example, insulation materials or non-woven textiles, that's called downcycling because the final product, well, the value of the final product is lower than the first product. So the challenge here is that we need to achieve fiber good enough to enter again into the textile supply chain. For that, we need to accomplish with the mechanical and the chemical requirements requested by the industry. So well, to end with the chart, with this new yarn, the garment manufacturers or the brands can manufacture new garments and then close the loop closing the loop on fashion. Recover as a mechanical recycler use the cotton raw material as it is, with limited use of chemicals and water. This is very important because then that's why we have very strict specifications regarding which waste or which clips can we process and which ones we cannot. So then now, yes, I will show you a super short video that will show you better how is our process. Maybe we can start here. Okay. So this is our aim. So we start with textile waste with both categories, as I have explained. This is our warehouse. Okay, we receive the waste in bales, and we thread them into a threading machine. And our technology has been improved in order to achieve the longest fiber possible. Here is the process where we put the only chemical product that we use, which is the anti-static product. This is our machine. At the lowest environmental cost, because we are not only aiming to produce a recycled product, but also to have a whole sustainable process. And then is when we partner with our customers, okay, and brands. And now the products that I will explain to you better. So, well, one of our main advantages in front of our competitors is that we have not started yesterday, but we have more than 75 years of expertise. As part of a fourth generation family-owned company with a long history in the textile recycling, Recover saw recycling fiber as a way to transform the fashion industry long before it was fashionable. So today, Recover brand is synonymous with trusted modern sustainability leadership, and our fibers have been tested and trusted by the with the world's leading brands and retailers. But well, which is the advantage of our products in terms of sustainability? It's not only that our products are recycled. Well, just for you to know, we have two main product families, our cotton and our color blend. Okay. Our cotton family is made with 100% recycled fiber using minimal solvents and minimal water, and it's suitable for overdye. All of our products are DRS certified, which is the global standard that guarantees the recycled content material. And then they are color blend family, where the recycled cotton is blended together with the recycled polyester or organic cotton. The main advantage of our color blend is that the recycled cotton and polyester is already sorted by color. And what does it mean? That the final product that we achieve is already colored, and then it's not needed to be overdyed. Then what? We can save water use, and we can avoid the wastewater pollution caused by dyes that I have explained before. I hope you are hearing me well, okay? But I continue. So in our website, there is a calculator where you can check the savings of using 1 kg of our cotton in front, for example, virgin conventional cotton. Recover is continuously tracking the environmental impact of our products, processes, and at a company level through life cycle assessment tools. Our LCA report has been verified by a third party, as we really want that all our claims are trustable and have been verified. Continuing with the environmental impact of our products, I just want to highlight here that Recover is the lowest environmental recycled cotton. For those that do not know the HIC Material Sustainability Index, or which is called HIC MSI, it's the apparel industry most trusted tool to measure and score the environmental impacts of materials. It cannot be used to communicate to the end user, but yes, for business to business communication. So it has been developed by the Sustainable Apparel Coalition to compare the environmental impacts of two different materials, so designers and developers can make more sustainable choices during the material selection. So according to HIC MSI, Recover recycled cotton fiber has a lower impact than conventional cotton fiber and organic cotton fiber across all 5 categories: global warming potential, eutrophication, water scarcity, fossil fuel depletion, and chemistry. Okay? This is exactly the same, but for our color blend products. So then, how could we summarize the challenges that we are facing for scaling textile to textile recycling? We have tried to include them in 3 different groups regarding technology challenges, system challenges, and policy challenges. For example, technology, need for automated sorting technology that can sort composition and color. As I have said, we have strong requirements in terms of how to sort our raw material by composition and color. To do this at a scale in an economical way, new technologies and processes are required. So, promising technologies for automated sorting and pre-processing of garments already exist, but many still need to be improved and scaled, okay? Regarding systemic challenges, we have here the need for transparency and increased consumer education and engagement, very important. The need for large-scale adoption for circular design practices. I think that regarding systemic challenges, the lack of eco-design is one of the most important. Garments are not still designed to be recycled. For example, if we design, here that we are speaking about denim, if we design a pair of jeans with many materials, many layers, and we also add to it a lot of buttons, a lot of embroideries, it will be not as easy to be recycled as if we had a simple pair of cotton jeans. And finally, the economic and policy challenges. We need large capital investments. We need to increase the competitiveness of recycled resources, and we need for ambitious policies and regulations to promote circular standards. So, getting to a point where textile resources are continuously circulated in the system will require us to establish effective, sustainable, and economical circular supply chains to collect, sort, prepare, and recycle the vast amount of textiles that are discarded worldwide each year. To achieve circularity in the textile industry, well, at least from our point of view, we need more than voluntary commitments. We need coordinated and collective action, and for sure we need ambitious policies and regulations to promote this new system. So we need design for cyclability strategies, capital for development, transparency and consumers engagement for sure. We need this collective action, and we need ambitious policies and regulations. So, just to finish with my presentation, how are we trying to scale this process, at least from the recover side? Well, we got a strong investment from Stories with Capital and now from Goldman Sachs too. So we are trying to expand our capacity worldwide. Recover existing production facilities are located in Spain, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Vietnam. I'm located in Spain for those that hadn't noticed. So, however, we are rapidly expanding with additional locations planned for key textile hubs around the world in countries or regions like Central America, Brazil, Turkey, India, and Southeast Asia. So these locations haven't not been selected without a reason. So it makes no sense to take the textile waste, for example, from Pakistan to Europe to be recycled. But we want to avoid all these CO2 emissions and to be as close to the waste as possible. So this is the main reason, and this is the basis for this expansion plan. These are some pictures of our current facilities, and in our website you will find all the videos and all the locations that we have. And I want to show you because we are interested in raise the awareness of the need of recycling among not only the industry but also on the consumers. As high value recycler, Recover has a key role to play in the transition to a circular fashion system. And why should brands also change to circular models? Because it's a business opportunity too. So Recover offers a scale solution to integrate recycled cotton fiber in its sustainability materials portfolio, helping them also to connect with our customers through collaborative messaging with Recover. So my final message would be that together we can achieve circular fashion for all. So thank you very much for your attention now, and please feel free to ask any questions.
Thank you so much, Anna. What an amazing presentation and so many amazing slides as well. And thank you so much for sharing that. I don't know if you can unshare your screen. That'll be awesome. We have got some questions, but I'm just want to first of all saying, so you're like the Recover company, the founders started doing recycling in 1914. So this isn't anything new. You've just been scaling it slowly, and now you're going for it now, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, it's very fascinating because when the company started, many industries wanted to achieve recycled materials because of cost, but they were trying to not to show that they were using recycled materials, you know. Now it's quite fashionable and people is more committed and they want to show. So when everybody was trying to avoid the use of recycled materials, Recover started to push towards they put a brand. I mean, they were together with the spinning company, but they believe on what they were doing, and I think that's the main value of our company today.
Because there was a stigma for many years about recycled content. Or even I remember maybe 15 years ago, like, oh, I don't want to use recycled old garments. You don't know where they've been.
They call it second quality. So
second quality, yeah. Sorry, yeah. So obviously the mindset is changing, mostly through education and obviously great marketing and explaining people the process of how good it is to use recycled fiber, right? So
yes, for sure. That's why I think that all these kind of events are super important for the industry, because I think that people who work on the sector knows about it, but consumers are not so aware. And there are many problems, as I have shown here, that, well, there are plenty of certification, plenty of logos. There are important lack of policies because a lot of companies are claiming things that are not really true, that have not been verified. So that's what we are trying to fight against.
Okay, so we've got some questions from our friends that are watching and some of our students. Some of these relating to the other panel, but maybe you can help us answer them.
Sure.
When it comes to the difference of recycling, so when you come across a garment and it's virgin fiber, is there any way to test that it's virgin fiber, or I guess your sorting facilities that make these bales that you give to an AFM or an artistic or whatever, how does that work?
In any case, all of our lots are tested against composition. So we test the final recycled fiber composition to assure that it is mainly 100% cotton. So as they have explained, we also have a percentage of that we can accept of other materials. But in any case, if we do not have a way of test the bale, because if you took only one piece of the bale, it makes no sense, because then you are going to recycle it and you are going to have a mix. So we test the final fiber, and if it is not super close to 100% cotton, then the lot is not sealable. Okay, so that's why we try to work very closely with our sorters and with our suppliers in order to work together in this process.
How does it work with fabrics or denim or anything that's been use weird chemicals to dye it? And obviously you guys, once it's blended together, it doesn't matter too much because it gets blended, right? So even if it's a colored denim or something, or like, I guess you're only, that's a question for one of our friends here. How does that work? Obviously, especially with chemicals.
But regarding chemicals or the final color?
The chemicals regarding let's just say there's a bale and a large contamination of it was colored denim that was treated with we don't know what, but you're still going to recycle it because it's 100% cotton. How does that work?
These chemical requirements are also included in our contract with our suppliers. So we try to avoid all those garments that can that have been treated with chemicals. But in any case, in our lot, we also test against chemicals. We are now Oecotex certified, and Oecotex is a certification that tries to assure that there is not hazardous chemicals into the, in our case, in the fiber, but it's also applicable for yarn, fabric. So that's the way we have to assure. We do not add any other chemicals, so it could be a problem if some chemicals enter into our process, but we do not for sure sell fiber that can have those kinds of chemicals.
Sure. And I guess more of those chemicals are getting less and less because a lot of it's now sustainable finishing and a lot of these garments that are now being produced. Correct. So there's going to be less of that problem, but there's still that problem. How another question right at the end, someone sent us a question right now. How is your organization? Can we get learning courses in Pakistan for new students? Maybe obviously Transformers Ed is a learning resource, which all of these talks and presentations are going to be on their Learn Hub. But is there any way that someone can contact you for your company, maybe to get some resources? That's all possible?
For sure. I mean, I'm not sure if here is my email, but I will share it with you and you can share it with everybody. And they
sure.
can
If you give me your email, I'll put it on the screen right now. Sure. So anyone can email you like directly. That's perfect. Let me just make sure that question's gone out of the way. Suggestion: working with recycled fibers and brands, initiating artisan companies with recycled trims, packing materials. So I guess your fiber can be used for many different things as well, right? Obviously, it's just the end use can be not just garments, it can be many other types of things as well, right? Of course.
Yes, for any type of final application. So our main goal is to achieve the longest fiber possible to be used for garments, because I think that the most difficult final textile products is for garments and apparel. But if it can be used also for home textiles and other applications, so no problem.
Okay. I think that's our time up. Your presentation was so good, and I thank you so much for giving it to the Transformers Foundation and being a part of Transformers Ed Pakistan. Thank you so much, and it's great to see that you're really expanding, and you're expanding a lot in Pakistan as well, which is awesome as well. So a big recycling place there. So yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so